Hello there, welcome back to the channel. It's Derry After Dark, Richie here, and I am joined by Steve the Mountain for this week's episode of Kings Under the Mountain. How's it going, buddy? You okay?
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm having a good time. We have a good life living this hobby, right?
Oh, 100%. So we've just been having a bit of a laugh off off camera, so hopefully we'll be able to carry that forward. Hello, everybody in the chat. Dave time for the first comment here. So here to listen to two fully grown bearded men discuss balloons for an hour. It's crazy. Something's
We
definitely
could.
happened in the last couple of weeks, right? There's been some changes to Old World, I've heard.
The game's not at all different, and the future's not at all scary and unknown.
It's crazy. Everything's changed. I don't like change.
I know. It honestly does feel almost like a new edition that I have to do less reading for, but yeah, the game is very, very different.
Yes, it's very different. So the reason I was a little bit late jumping on with you, Steve, earlier is I was halfway through a game playing into Charlie against his vampires, and I
Yeah.
was just like, everything's different. I don't know what's good anymore. Like, I've played a lot of Warhammer over the last year. Like, I mean, a lot. Like, we're quite blessed to be able to play this much, and I just don't even know what's good anymore. Like,
I
you're
know.
just like, oh,
I've
that's
said this a
crazy.
dozen times. I pride myself in being pretty good at least having some idea of how things are going to shape out in the future. Right now, I'm lost, and I love it. It's fascinating. I don't know what the meta is going to be. I have an idea it's going to be like infantry based in one form or another, but like I have no idea what's going to be the list anymore in any of my armies, which is all of them. Like I'm not even talking competitively, just in like regular old casual gameplay. It's going to very much trickle down and affect all that, and like it's like I have 16 new armies and I love it.
I know, it's absolutely crazy. Hello, everybody in the chat. Jess, with Games Workshop makes too many changes all at once. I definitely agree. Although I do personally think, and we were talking about this earlier, that if they just released the match play by itself, I think everyone would have been a little bit disappointed. So the fact that that come with the FAQ as well was good timing. Cathay at the same time, though. So that was a
Uh,
bit crazy.
yeah, I wish that didn't happen. Well, because I think it's very safe to say that we're now going to have a Cathay FAQ coming out next Saturday. At least I hope they have one coming out on Saturday, just to bring a couple of things in line. But like, I actually, sorry, you can read that. It's your channel.
Oh, which one are we on?
Oh wait, you did
Oh
it.
no, no. Yeah, I did it. So I've just dumped out some memberships for Dummy After Dark. So whoever they landed to, congratulations.
Awesome.
Right,
It's
so,
always exciting.
so I know. Amber Doom. Hey, you all right, mate? How's it going? We got Bannon. Dyslexic as hell. Sorry, guys. Hi, guys. Finally catch you live. You're right, mate. Thank you very much for being here. Yes, the dwarf cannon is finally better than the trollhammer torpedo, but in the wrong way.
Okay, I want to, we have way too many things to talk about, but I want to ask you, overall, are you up or down with the dwarves? Like, sorry,
Oh yeah, no, good.
did you gain more than you lost?
I think so. So I think I just
Okay,
saw a comment a second ago about the Anvil of Doom. So the Anvil of Doom playable with preservation and 2 runes of warding. The problem is preservation doesn't work against shooting. You can only take that on the crew. So I think that the Anvil of Doom is going to have to be played naked now, played as cheap as possible, and just hide it behind something. That's the only way that it's playable. I still think it is worth taking. You're just going to have to be a lot more careful with it now when you're playing against Empire and Cathay. So you're going to be hiding it behind immovable, just like terrain, basically. So behind buildings, behind stuff like that, just to stop stuff being able to get line of sight and shoot into it. The dwarves, we lost a lot. I think that we got hit the hardest out of any of the factions. I know people out there are going to be like, oh, but all magic did. But yeah, you've got other stuff. I think we got hit hardest. But I am going to say that because it's a grudging, right? But we also got buffed potentially, I think, the most as well. So I think dwarves are going to be coming out of this very strong, very, very strong, but in a different way, in a very different way.
so in my experience, everybody thinks their faction got hit the hardest, but then you said you got the most buffs. Like, well, effectively, right? Interesting. What do you think? What are your top three nerfs? One, Trollhammer Torpedo, Anvil of Doom, right? What's your
So
third?
there was a load of little sideways nerfs. So like War Machines got capped at a 3-up save. So I was there thinking, right, okay, so War Machines capped at 3. Okay, so you can't take Gromril on them. So which is a bit annoying. But then obviously you can't put armor runes on them and affect the War Machine anyway. So that's quite a big one. Trollhammer torpedo, a little bit rough. Gyrocopters as well, with the half the unit needs to be able to see what it charges, and not being able to charge after Vanguard moves as well. That really, really hurts the Alpha Strike X-Force lists. But Sappers, Entrenchment makes up for all of it, so it's fine.
So it is my belief, without any evidence to back this up whatsoever, that the skirmish 50% more to charge is 100% your fault.
How was it my fault?
You know what you did in the videos you made about your gyrocopters all doing the thing.
It's all about the thing. It's all the. It's not me. Although I did have an interesting. I had an interesting conversation with Tom Carley, and so he come up with the skin wolves getting the buffs going on to the heroes in the unit, right? So that was him. That was his bullshit. So that was his little baby. And then everything that I used in my Royal Clans list got nerfed. And then Gyrocopters got nerfed a little bit. And I'm like, right, they're watching the channel. That's
okay. To be absolutely fair, that they do. Like,
yeah, I know. So hello, FAQ people, the gremlins of Games Workshop. Hello, everybody. Thanks for killing my lists.
If you're particularly good at one faction, even the faction is bad and it's always online, you're gonna have a trickle-down effect that's gonna affect the game. Your skill and your expertise, your experience can't be factored, just your overall outcome.
We got Dave Time. The poison blob got nerfed after being on your channel. You're to blame. So yeah, the Gobbo Star I definitely think is dead. I mean, that was a horrendous way to play anyway. Just like 100 poison shots. Come on, guys.
The nerf to poison and the nerf to a large target shooting, you didn't need both. That one really annoys me.
The double nerf is rough. Bromosapian, the downside of being a Dowie only channel, yes, 100%. Like it's been rough. It's been rough. We've got Aguma, the Empire player, happy to have 6 cannons. You're a horrible person. Do you know that? Although still shoots the same amount as 3 Cathay ones.
Yeah, I was just saying, give me 3 to 6 Cathay cannons. We're going to FAQ that the Quake doesn't stack, right? Like, that's just going to happen.
So I don't know. So I know in the WTC, they're keeping it as that it does stack, which I potentially think is...
Oh, no, I'm saying Saturday. I'm assuming we're getting a day 1 FAQ to keep everything in line. I'm assuming that's going to be in the first FAQ. Like, no, this doesn't stack.
Do you know what needs to be FAQ'd? The bloody Ogre Loader. I've got issues with the Ogre Loader. I have mega issues with that.
I watched your video where you list your issues and I'm like, wait, you didn't like? There's more. Like the War Machine's one model. Rules as written. Only one grenade gets thrown. Oh, the Ogre throws one and the War Machine throws one. So that tones it down a little bit. There's nothing in the rules to suggest that the entire crew gets to throw them.
So it says that it gives it to every model. Obviously, the crew has the 3 guys, right. So it would be 4. No,
I'm just saying a War Machine is one model. The crew models don't count. There might be enough for the crew, but there's nothing in the rules saying they can throw them.
We've just lost your sound, or is that me?
I don't know. Oh no.
Have we lost Steve's sound, or is that my sound that's gone?
I'm still coming in
the chat.
Can you hear me? Uh-oh, you froze. Okay, well, I'm going to keep chatting and see if you guys can still hear me. It's just, we're talking about ogres throwing grenades.
There we go.
We're back.
We're back. That's right. So I think my next door neighbor just connected to my headphones. I was just like, why can I hear a woman saying hi to me? That's really strange. Sorry. That was one of the weirdest things that's ever happened. That was so weird. I literally just had a woman be like, "Hello." It's kind of cool. If I die in a minute, if a grudge thing comes up behind me, I'm sorry.
I'm just.
Huh?
Was she well?
Yeah, she was.
You connected to my computer then for some
reason.
Oh,
did I? Oh, sorry. Oh, so I connected to my partner's work computer.
we can hear her. Oh, awesome.
I hope she heard us talking about cannons.
Yeah, exactly. And then the ogre.
Right, sorry. Where were we, mate? Where were we? Right. My biggest issue with my. Sorry, I keep disconnecting. I tell you what, this heat in England is just making everything just not work. It's ridiculous. Everything's breaking. Gosh, a nightmare. Right, where were we? Right, ogre loaders. There we were. My issue with them is if you direct all of your attacks into the crew, so you kill the 3 crew and the ogre's still alive, then suddenly you've got 3 wounds to do at toughness 4. Is the cannon dead? Because every Cathay player will argue no.
No, because it does say the ogre loader joins the crew, so becomes the crew. Well, you know what? To be fair, my answer would be no, but I can't say that definitively. But you're right. Does the ogre survive if the cannon gets killed from shooting? Is it running around as a character on its own? How many grenades? I think the intent is ogre plus 3 crew throw grenades. That's why it needs to pick you. But like, I'm gonna play everything in the worst possible way. Like, if the cannon dies, the ogre dies. I want you to throw an ogre plus 1 crew, 1 model grenades, only because that particular model is strong enough as it is. It's the rest of Cathay, I think, needs the buff, but that's a whole separate conversation. But yeah, it all needs. I said this in my day one first impressions videos. Like, there's a bunch of things that they haven't thought through in this model. They have to FAQ. But to be fair, to be absolutely fair, GW, before even I had the book, has probably already somebody caught that and written FAQ for the ogre loader. And they're going to they always release them on the day of the official release, not the pre-release day that the YouTubers end up throwing out the videos for, right? So this Saturday coming is the actual release, right?
Yeah, it's going to be on Saturday. It's going to be so it's ogre loader and orc bully work the same way. I don't think I've ever seen anyone take an orc bully, mate. So I wouldn't know.
I've never once brought an orc bully, so yeah.
Tom, how's it going, mate? Cheers everybody for the comments about being able to hear us. That was literally just me getting overtaken by a Welsh woman apparently in my ear, so that's always fun. We've got Leaf Campbell. Richie, stop touching technology. Yes, I know. I am terrible with tech, unfortunately. It can only ever happen on a live, right? I mean, if it goes wrong, it's just live. It's fine. Who cares? So what's your opinions on the Shuggies then, mate?
Oh God, I'm in the extreme minority. I think time will prove me right. I think they're wildly overcosted and kind of trash.
So we had exactly the same opinion. I sat down with Charlie in the video, and we were just like, they are terrible. They're so overcosted. Well, I mean, they're not terrible, but one couldn't even kill a unit of 2 gyrocopters when it had the monkey paw weapon as well. Awful. Terrible.
I think. What up, guys? Always love these talks. Thank you, Josh from Black Studios.
Appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers, mate.
I think the conversation online has been taken over by people who are not understanding the full context. The fact that these things are wizards that are on monsters who can't even do their wizard things at full effect. The fact that these monster fighting characters are also wizards means they can't do their fighting at full effect, but most importantly, they are monsters with none of the upsides of being a monster. They have terrible monster stats, terrible arc. There's nothing going for these things. These things are 50. Once you hit one out, it's 50 points cheaper than a dragon. It can't fight. It can barely do magic.
So as we got Cool Night Care Bear, Steve says they are terrible, but did horrible things to Luca with them.
Yeah,
this is Skaven though?
So there's a game going up tomorrow on my channel where a list. I'm going to spoiler because it's one of those scuffed battle reports where the Cathay does ridiculously well, and if my tower didn't crash. I just lost the stream tower, so we're all up and running again on my channel, but I lost a bunch of time. I was going to edit in a bunch of things throughout the video and be like, okay, what you just saw right there, that could be done exactly the same. In fact, more efficiently by an Empire Wizard for half the point cost. Oh, what that giant did right there, an Orc and Goblin giant could do the exact same thing. It was just, what you're going to see in tomorrow's battle reports was 100% dice rolls. It was 2 gun lines, and my gun line went first and didn't fail a single roll.
Yeah, I'm finding that with Cathay. How often have you gone first with Cathay as well? It's a weird amount of times they go first.
I think the one time I didn't go first, and I actually didn't even want to go first, because I wanted them to get closer to my line. So I think most of the time I won't go first. But like, I don't want to give too many spoilers. I have another battle report coming up in the future as well, elsewhere. But it's the exact. So the list that's going out tomorrow. I made a list of one of everything you can buy. So one battalion, one balloon, one sentinel, one of the gatekeeper boxes, so 2 characters, one Shujungin Lord, and that list completely destroyed an Empire list without taking any casualties. And I played the exact same list against another army that people are going to call like one of the worst armies in the game, bottom tier army, and I lost. My whole Cathay army got tabled, and I didn't kill a single unit.
Ooh, what army was it against?
I don't want to give spoilers because I want people to at least watch it before they realize, oh, this is the game Steve's talking about. Where because like there's a bunch of stuff coming out. It's just like dice happen, and Cathay I don't think Cathay needs buffs. I think they need an expansion upon their army, obviously, but time will come. Like I'm totally I love Cathay. I got no issues with them, but like if you think Cathay's busted, I don't think you're playing this game.
I mean, the balloons are pretty strong.
Oh, the blues are way too efficient. You can increase the point cost of a blues by about 100 points, and I'm still going to bring them. Like, no matter which way you build them, they have amazing use.
They're so good. Do you know what my biggest like pet peeve with these is? They're bloody bombs. So they're basically like turbo gyro bombers, aren't they? I have to fly over stuff. You just have to get near it.
Okay,
yours are AP2.
So here's what I'm trying to say to a lot of people, especially who are like, especially is dwarf players, but weirdly, especially the Empire players who are complaining that Cathay is better in every way, which is just factually not true. I think Empire is a significantly more powerful faction than Cathay today. But also, I'm also expecting a nerf to the Thunder Quake special rule, but that's neither here nor there. So I keep that in the back of my mind. But don't. Can I swear on your channel?
Yeah, mate, go for it.
Don't bitch and complain about this new rule, because when it's your turn for your army to get upgraded and buffed, you're not getting anything cool. If you stifle it now, nothing cool comes for you in the future. So the Dwarf Gyro Bomber doesn't work. They reworked it to work for the balloon. Now it works, because it's the same chart, right? So when the Dwarf update comes out, if we nerf this balloon, the Dwarf Gyro Bomber doesn't get the new updated bomb. Yes, it sucks, but like it was first. Things have to get play tested, and like, oh, we discovered nobody brings gyro bombers. That doesn't work. Why not? Oh, nobody can fly over things effectively. Okay, how do we make it work? Make it work within 6. If that happens to the Dwarf Gyro Bomber, you might actually start bringing Dwarf Gyro Bombers, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they change to be the same as the balloons, then I'll probably 100% bring 2 of them at least. Can I just say a fact, everyone? That was like hearing your uncle swear for the first time. That was great.
Well, I just don't know the right. I don't know the rules on everybody's channel, and I try not to do it on my channel because I know a lot of kids are watching.
Yeah, Leaf, slightly disappointed that was low on the swearing scale. I know. That's like when your nan's like, bloody hell. Sorry.
But like it gets to me. It gets to me. It's like we have to have it. So this is the thing. What people keep saying, like Games Workshop always makes the newest book. I even heard you say too. Always makes the newest book more powerful. That is a relic of the past. That is no longer a factual statement with the Games Workshop releases. It's just not true. But it has existed in the past. So I understand why. Like it's part of our vocabulary. We talk about these things, but we have to have evolution to refine these rules. I just don't want to. I don't want to kill the future of cool rules by the internet. Okay, look at guys. You guys remember what happened with the Votan? You know what? You talk now. I'm done.
Yeah, I definitely think there was a bit of a knee jerk. I think as soon as people actually start getting games into them, the problem is you look at them when they're on the page and it's very rules dense. This is the issue. They've got so many rules and you're like, oh, it's got this, it's got this, it's got this. You think it's really good. My biggest kind of issue with Cathay is potentially the fact that they just don't have a decently costed spellcaster, and all of their stuff is ridiculous to cast. It's so hard to get the good values for stuff. Yeah. So with the changes in the FAQ and also the fact that you don't get a cheap caster, they're just going to get magically dominated. And I'm not sure what they would even potentially do into vampire counts. and Tomb Kings. I tell you what, right, while we're talking about stuff we don't like, what's up with the double regen? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I
it
think
just
it's here to
feels
stay.
so. It feels so unintended, though.
No,
So
no.
unintended.
The problem is, I can't say I have firsthand information, but I have firsthand information that it was how it was supposed to work at release.
It's like a leaky sieve again, him, isn't he?
I don't care. No, but like I had conversations with. Anyways, it was how it was supposed to play, but there was this thought, and now I'm probably like telephone game here because I don't know the full like exactly what happened. But there's like, oh, people are gonna be upset about this multiple regen thing. Let's just not do the regens on crumbling. It was like a last minute removal, but like, and it came back. Now whether it came back out of like a accidental FAQ thing or they wanted it back, who knows?
I don't like it.
Neither do I. Oh, I hate undead. I've been. If you watch my channel, people know I hate undead. I don't like an army in a game that doesn't play the same game the rest of us do. I understand we need outliers in the game, but I love the old world. It's my favorite edition of Warhammer Fantasy, and I've played most of them for like 30 years. Right? I love it. I love it because there's a push and pull of a combat, and you might end up in a weird spot. Never ever happens with undead. When you're playing competitive undead, that's outside my wheelhouse. I can't say how that goes, but the way I play. Where casuals play, multiple units of things, of blocks of infantry running in other things, and every casual game against undead ends up with several units lined up against undead units, rolling dice with no more movement, no more anything happening for the rest of the game. It comes to a big slow slog, and I just hate undead. And then this regeneration thing is going to compound it and make it even worse. However, new missions, new scoring, the way lists are built are going to be different. I don't know how bad or good it's going to be in the future, and I'm excited to find out, but I am worried that undead are going to be boring to play against casually.
Not so much boring. They're just a bit of a nightmare to get off objectives. So, Will, basically, when we say double regen, it's not actually a double regen. It just means that they get a regen save whenever they lose their last wound. So, if they crumble, they get regens against that. They get regens against dangerous terrain. But this is a sneaky little sideways plus to demons as well, because demons get this as well on unstable. So, that's quite good. We might see some more demons coming in.
Only on the Nurgle stuff, though, right?
Well, no, because if they lose combat, then they would get regens against the unstable, right?
But only Nurgle has regen.
Yes.
Oh, and maybe
No.
the Demon Prince might as well, actually.
Yeah, I think there's a couple more. I'll have to have a look through. But yeah, some of them do get it, which is quite good. I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan.
I think it's a mistake. I think it's a bad call for the game, but I have to recognize my bias here. I am biased against undead, so I don't want to be like, I hate it. There's nothing I can say about it. I don't think it's a good idea. Bloodthirsters or Bloodletters don't have regen.
Do they not? Can you give a Bloodthirster regen? You know what? I've never actually played against a Bloodthirster in this entire edition, so I don't actually know. Maybe give one. Maybe, I don't know. Anybody who knows in the chat, please let us know. I mean, to be fair, I might just take your word for it, mate, because I've got no idea. I haven't played against.
I play against demons quite regularly in my members only section. I am near certain it's Nurgle things have a 6-up regen pretty much. There might be an upgrade you can buy for your characters, like a demonic upgrade for regen, and I think the Demon Prince also has regen as well.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Black Sigil Studios will really emphasize killing the Hierophant to take off the regen. Yeah, 100%. Well, I don't think any of this, and I don't think any of the match play is ever going to actually change the way that you were playing the game before. I jumped in so the first couple of tests of the match play guide, with like the new missions and stuff, I jumped in. Because for the WTC, we got given our match play guide, we got given the comp for it basically and all the missions, and we just jumped in to try and test that so that we can vote whether that's how we want to play or not. So we jumped in, had loads of games over the weekend, and the first couple of games that I played, I tried really hard to just play the mission, and it honestly just cost me those games. You still need to play the game of Warhammer you were playing before, and then try and do the missions at the same time. And the missions do still come second.
Yeah, if Games Workshop if they had made the game work like that, which I think is always their intent, if they had pulled that off, that's perfect. If you still got to play the game and score, that's perfect.
Yeah, the game comes first. Yeah.
I do worry about like the 5-up regen Graveguard type units, but more importantly is I already get annoyed when I fight a dragon with Indomitable too, and then if you squeeze one past that, like a third of the time they're gonna regen that as well. Like I
So a prime example of this earlier, I was locked in combat with a big Thunderer unit with some Hex Wraiths. There was a couple of Mortises around it, and I was winning combat by 4 because I couldn't touch it. I didn't have any magical attacks in there. So I'd started combat res 5. He did a wound to me. I won by 4. And then he managed to crumble less because of the Mortises being there. And then he just regen the wound, so nothing actually happened. I was like, brilliant. Awesome. That sounds great.
yeah, it's yeah. It's not the game I want to play because I want to play a game.
Yeah, Greg, yes, hammers are magic. I need to get some hammers in, I think. So we got Anvil of Doom. Regarding the Dowie, are the royal clans affected or the expedition? Everything's affected. Like, everything is absolutely affected. I think everywhere, like all of the different armies have got different styles of play now. I think royal clans can be really, really good, sending 2 units up the mid-board to try and claim as many objectives as possible and just fight their way through. I think that's going to be really good. Grand Army's got a lot of play as well. X-Force is going to be a little bit broken, I think. Although saying that, they have like the long beards and the amble and stuff. So it's just completely different ways to play, for sure.
I know you've been tweaking and making lists. Have you been able to squeeze in iron breakers or hammers in any of your lists?
So I haven't tried a combat dwarf list yet. I haven't tried one yet, but that will be on the cards for the next kind of week or so. So I had a decent idea for, I want to try 2 different ones. So one's going to be a massive unit of Royal Clan Warriors, and then the other one's going to be a max unit of Iron Drakes, and just walk them up together. And then whichever unit's going to get charged, pop the heroes in between the 2. And then the next one was going to be try the Hammerers and see how that goes. So we've got Greg with, I saw this on Reddit. Would the Rune of Hesitation now give the opponent fights in 2 ranks if it's infantry? Yes, unfortunately. I mean, that was always the case with cavalry spears as well. So it does have precedence, which is annoying. Yeah.
Huh.
So hesitation, unfortunately, is just going to be an instant drop, I think, from most lists. I don't think you potentially need it. Now you've got a +1 save all the time. You're always going to be fighting the first round of combat with your hand weapon and shield. I think even with hammerers, like genuinely. So now that the cavalry have lost the ability to use their lances on the follow-up, I think you use your hand weapon and shield, pull back a little bit, and then once they're locked in combat using their hand weapons, you then pull the hammerers out and donk them.
I have to check. I'm gonna take your word for it, but like that, I have to check the wording on hesitation. That seems.
Yeah, so you don't
There's
count
gotta
as
be a
charging
way
for any
around
special
it.
rules. I don't think there is, mate.
That's what it says, eh? You don't count as charging?
Yeah. So, Will, for X-Force, sappers are crazy with digging ability and the clarification for low linear obstacles. Yes, it works amazingly. It's really good. We tried that earlier. It definitely works against dragons. Like, even a double dragon charge into just 20 Thunderers, it can max only kill 4 a turn, which is just insane. I think we're going to see earthen ramparts everywhere. So it's going to be really interesting that people are going to be choosing magical laws just for earthen ramparts. It's nuts.
In the competitive community, have you guys ruled that earthen ramparts means you're not in base to base?
Yes.
Yeah,
100. That's
okay.
yeah, that's how it goes. Brock Pendragon, thank you so much, mate. Really appreciate it. 40k vet here. Never played, but have an old world dwarf army. With the new rules that come out, what kind of dwarf list could I build to have a competitive edge while jumping back into the game? Honestly, whatever you want. Like, genuinely, every single dwarf build is going to have merit now. So you could go full combat, you could go combined arms, you could go X-Force. If you're playing into a meta that's just lots of dragons, I would probably suggest either 2 different builds. So one's going to be a king with smiting and longbeards with maybe some hammerers to fight into, or get yourself an expeditionary force army with handgunners and get some sappers in there because they stop loads of attacks, stop impact hits, and also stop stomps. So that's going to be really good going forward.
Can I bring something up that you're going to roll your eyes on, brush me off, and then we're going to move on like it doesn't matter? But I think a lot of rulings happen at a snap a year and a half ago or a year ago, and we continue to follow them all the way through. Master Rune of Hesitation says the unit described does not count as having charged for the purposes of choosing which weapon they're using and for using any special rules. Special rules is a category in the rule book. The fighting in 2 range when you charge is not a special rule. That's a core rule. So I'm arguing
Is
strict
that
rules
not
as written. Sorry, go
is
ahead.
that not a special rule though?
Is it under the special rules section of the rule book? There's a section of the rule book called special rules, and they
Ah,
list them off.
but that FAQ section, where would that go into? I don't think because that's part
Where?
of the new. Because that's not part of the main rulebook. Could that not be all FAQ bits be classed as special
No,
rules?
because it tells you where to put it. It tells you in the charge. I'm going to pull it up to make sure. You keep talking, but it tells you where to put that actual.
Cornite Care Bear. If
I love
Scrolls
this.
and Transmog is used against Anvil Bound spell, does the Anvil become a frog or does the crew? I'm pretty sure the entire thing becomes a frog, which is just kind of hilarious. I really want to see people use that now. So Bryn from over the Imperishable YouTube channel, if anybody likes Tomb Kings, please go over and watch him. Great guy. He just won a tournament over this weekend, an absolute shark pit in the UK, and he took the scroll of transmogrification. Didn't turn anyone into a frog though, which is a real shame. So it's just kind of wasted points. But I can see that actually doing well in the future. I think that could be quite good. So Willow, hey, you're right. How's it going? Fighting extra ranks is one of the special rules list. So suck it, Steve.
Nope. Again, you have to read the rules if you're gonna come at me. So it's under page 190 under press. It's under regular infantry rules, not special rules. Go fuck yourself.
There's a swear word. Go on, Steve. I'm surprised you haven't apologised yet.
Sorry. Hold on. He might. Another word.
The Tomb Kings channel is called The Imperishable. That is run by Bryn.
Nope. It's
Come at me with facts, then, mate. Come on.
On page 190 now says, in the heat of battle, orderly ranks become a swirling melee. Except during a turn in which it charged, the fighting rank of a unit with this rule is arrayed in combat order. Is not one but two ranks deep. In other words, Miles, that's it. So it's under infantry now, not under special rules. It's not extra attack. It's under infantry. Their fighting rank counts as the first two ranks when they charge. That's what they charge. It's not a special rule.
Are you 100% sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll believe you. You.
But it doesn't mean that's the intent or how it should be ruled. I'm just here to argue.
That's fine. That's fine. Woke up this morning and chose violence. Kitty got clowers.
Okay, all joking aside, I love to debate the rules. It's annoying for some, but it's growing up, it was the biggest part of my hobby. Is where you didn't have the money to paint and buy all these armies, and you would go onto websites back in the 90s and 2000s and just have conversation. No, Willow Bloom. Yeah. Don't worry, brother. I'm wrong all the time, too.
Yeah. Honestly, don't worry about it. One of my favorite things is just spitballing, absolute bullshit, interpretations of stuff and just seeing if it will stick. As soon as one person will believe me, I'll be like, yes, straight in.
Tell me which side to take in an argument, and I'll do my best to argue it to it being correct, even if I don't even believe it anymore.
I was trying to do this last night with the mining cart, actually, because the wording on it is they gain a shooting attack as if they had blasting charges. So I was like, as if they had. So could I shoot the handguns and use the blasting charges? And I was trying to argue that for about 20 minutes.
I don't think you can. I don't think you'd argue that one. I mean, I can argue it, I guess, but
yeah. I was arguing it.
So they have both. You still got to pick one.
Yeah. Oh, there's a really interesting one that Steve Toll brought up yesterday. Now, the blow up on the Warpfire Dragon has exactly the same wording as the regen. So technically, if you die and pass your regen with the Warpfire, you can blow up and then come back and then blow up.
No.
Then, yeah. Check it out. It's great.
Oh, no.
Yeah, have a look through that one. That one's fun. It's exactly the same wording though. It's great.
No, please don't be true. If it's true, that's what I'm playing on Wednesday.
Yeah, because what you want to do is just chain link pillars of fire through them. So blow your own warp fire up and then just keep blowing it up every turn. That's what you want. So everybody watching at home, what is your favorite thing about the new FAQ and the match play guide? I think personally, my favorite thing is just the ability to be able to have just more fluid games. There's going to be no corner camping anymore because you lose. So the fact that people have got to fight in the middle of the board, that's probably my favorite thing that's come out of all of this, I think. Rip Trollhammer.
how bad are you gonna? If I don't know how to ask the
Come out,
question. I don't even know I don't
come
even know
at
how
me,
to ask
bro.
no, I don't know how to ask the question. Like, do you think there's going to be a shift in the meta where let's say the Trollhammer didn't get nerfed. Do you think you potentially see a shift in the meta with all the changes that you might not have needed it anyway? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, I mean, there's I don't know. I think the meta was potentially getting a little bit stagnant. I think.
It's been a year and a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think
You play.
yeah. Like I play loads, and so I think people were just kind of jumping into those cookie cutter lists. I think with certain armies, I think there was obviously like changing all the time in the weaker factions. So like Empire was evolving, dwarves are constantly evolving, but I think with like Chaos and like Tomb Kings and stuff, there was the obvious best choices.
Yeah.
Whereas now we're going into a brave new world and there's no obvious best new choices because there's almost like new answers to deal with everything. Like you're looking at dragons and you're like, okay, yeah, I could definitely run like 3 dragons. That's amazing. And then you're like, oh, Earthen Ramparts. I get 1 attack off the guy, 1 attack off there. Brilliant. Nice. Now I get combat resed out and get smashed off. So I don't know if there's that many obvious answers at the moment, but we're in a whole brave new world.
Even a level 4 can't guarantee Earth and Rampart anymore. Not that you ever could guarantee it, but like, I feel Magic. I don't want to say overhit because I don't think it's accurate yet now. But I think Magic is such a massive hit that no longer can your tactic revolve around like you have to have the spell off.
Yeah, yeah. No, I completely agree. For me, I personally think that the Magic changes are amazing. I don't think all Magic should just go off all of the time. I know that's going to annoy everyone that uses Magic, but from playing a lot of 6th edition, like normally you'd only get like 1 or 2 spells off a turn,
Yep.
and that feels better. You shouldn't be able to just go, right, so I've got 6 Magic missiles, they're all going to go off, and you're going to take all of your models off. I've got 3 pillars. Those pillars are going to go down. You're not going to be able to stop them. Blah, blah, blah. That's going to destroy a load of your army. I think this is much healthier for the game. I know there's going to be people out there that don't like it, but I think it's really good.
I'm a lot more comfortable taking no wizards. I actually think you're gonna see more and more of that. Like already on my channel, we've played plenty of battle reports with no wizards in the Magic heavy meta, and it's been more fine than not. And now I think it's gonna be perfectly viable to bring no wizards.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've been running no Dispeller for the last year probably. Since I've been going to like all of the events with X-Force, I haven't run a Dispeller at all. And now that the Rune of Calm is suddenly actually amazing in an auto include, I really don't think you almost need one. Obviously, getting the extra MR on the Runesmiths and the Rune Lords is good, but Calm, baby, it's amazing.
What's the Rune of Calm do again?
So it's bound level 2, so you're casting the same level as a level 4, and it adds 2 to every spell that the opponent casts within 18 to start with, and then 36-inch radius. Madness.
Yeah, Madness. That's you don't cast anymore.
Like even into vampire accounts that have got the double mortis, so they get +3. It's still really hard for them to cast anything because you've got your native MR1. So I think we're just going to see a lot of armies that build magic resistance to their armies rather than even bothering about the spellers.
What sorry, somebody's messaged me in the Discord about the mastery adaptation. Magic resistance is just it's probably now the best special rule. I mean, Empire can buy it for 20 points. Warriors of Chaos can buy it for 20 points. All of your important units are effectively magic immune. Maybe that's kind of a cool thing. Magic resistance should make you magic immune or near magic immune, but you're going to be effectively magic immune in the games, I think, moving forward.
Yes. I mean, if you look at it from the lore, the dwarves get hit by magic and then it earths out through their feet into the ground. So that's what it should be. Like, it's just the magic. That's fine. Voltan Ignacio, you all right, mate? How's it going? Yes, Empire got some absolute stonks going forward. Getting that guy to leadership 10, absolutely brilliant. The Griffin banner finally doing what it's meant to do as well. Yes, exciting times for the Empire. It's awesome. Will, Rune of Calm, yes, it's an auto include now. I think you're going to see that in every single dwarf army. So what does everybody think the army that did the best out of all of these changes? I think it's just the undead factions. It's got to be Tomb Kings and Vampire Counts for me. I think they did the best. What do you reckon, Steve?
Sorry, I got distracted by. Sorry, what was the question?
Fine. You could go.
I have to have arguments on 3 screens at a time. I can't argue as one person.
Oh, who
Sorry.
are you arguing with? Let's go. Can we jump in?
So Dundor quoted me a page about what special rules are: universal special rules, army special rules, unique special rules. None of which are applicable to the conversation because universal special rules are the special rules in the rule book. Army special rules are stuff that are printed on your data sheet. So like your the Cathay Cataphracts is an army special rule, or sorry, that's a unit. That's a unique special rule, which is the third category. And army special rules are the special rules in your book. So strict rules as written, you fight in 1 rank when you charge a unit with master of hesitation. You guys can disagree with that, but you would be wrong. Sorry, what were we talking about?
Just definitely stuff.
Sorry.
Just stuff, mate. About Warhammer, probably. I don't know.
I love
Warhammer.
Warhammer.
I love Warhammer. Nemo, the Griffin banner always did that. It was just people who insisted on misreading the rules that said so. So my personal opinion on that was that it always did, but everyone disagreed with me, so I just let it go. So I'm glad it's working now, though. So
what did the Griffin banner do, which is now amazing?
Oh, because it doubles your rank bonus, doesn't it? Up to 4.
Work for combat res, yeah.
Yeah. So it's really, really good. Nis Grande, I'm not sure about line hammer is all that dead, or at least wide hammer. 4 inches is 5 extra models per side. Cavalry has movement 7 or 8, so they can go even wider if they want to. I think that line hammer infantry is dead, but line hammer cavalry is potentially actually going to be a problem.
So
the movement thing's stupid.
Richie, when people see Linehammer, I think we all have different envisions in our mind, but I think when people are talking about it and being dead or being overpowered, whatever, they're envisioning like the massive line. How often, before the update and changes, so nothing now, how often did you encounter that throughout competitive gaming? Like, is it like every now and then, frequently, every game, very rarely?
Yeah, so not actually that often. Every time I played against Andy 2D6, another YouTuber, go check him out. He did some horrible stuff with lines, just because he thought it was funny. He just liked the meme of it. Like, so every time you play against him, he just have like this 60-man long line of rangers that you'd have to run into, and then he'd just get his 60 attacks. So I'm glad that's dead. I've had it happen a couple of times. So it happened to me in Italy when I played against a Vampire Counts player. He corner camped because he didn't like the matchup. Like, if my cannons got into him and my gyrocopters got into him, then I could kill the mortises and just win the game. So what he did, which was really clever, was hid the 2 mortises behind a hill, so I would have to bounce over the hill, and the crunch just stopped me. And then he had 2 lines of 40 zombies in the corner, so I couldn't get through, 6 inches apart, and then he had a line of 36 Graveguard behind, and then just walked forwards. So it was just making my line of sight worse and worse every turn. But he wasn't trying to get the extra attacks from that. That was just to block line of sight and to block me getting in. So, I mean, that's fine. Like, you don't see it that often. When I was running my Royal Clans, I would probably extend out to probably like 18 wide, 20 wide. I know there's people out there that are saying that's probably too much. But obviously, you wouldn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So you don't see it too much.
I don't think in casual gameplay, it didn't really enter our meta much, and now that it is restricted, I actually I'd say I might see a little bit more of it because I can remember I can go like 3 inches away with my dwarves or whatever. I just don't. It's never been an issue for me, so I guess it's something I've been emotionally invested in.
Yeah, Willow, no, it definitely was gross. Bromus APM, my dream of a single rank of 72 Slayers is now dead. Mate, no, you don't have to worry about you don't want them in a line. What you want to do is get additional hand weapons on the front, get the great weapons behind, make your entire front rank Giant Slayers, and then suddenly you've got an absolute blender of a unit. If we can find a way to get a war save on those guys eventually, that's going to be amazing.
You had me up until you said Giant Slayers in the front. I'm super stoked for figuring out how to play with Slayers with the new rules. In fact, a lot of infantry I'm super stoked for. Why do you want Giant Slayers in the front?
Because they get extra attack.
Sure. But then the casualties have to come from them, right? Because in my experience, even in an affair, but in my experience, even Giant Slayers are dead before they swing. The fact that characters in the unit and the characters blend, but the fact that the second rank can now fight, would you not just put the Giant Slayers in the second rank?
No, because with the rules changes, you take casualties from the fighting rank. Your second rank is now classed as your fighting rank as well. So you take casualties from there too. So you would just take from the normal guys with the great weapons. Come on, mate.
You're 100% right. I have to look into the rules so I can break that. No, you're right. Oh, you may have fixed the layers. There's some talking about
Excited.
at the very beginning of this video. There's some talking about like the things that we're gonna come up with now moving forward. I can't think of them all. Like, there's gonna be so many things to try. I'm stoked.
This is the problem. There's so many new little tech like combos coming out of everywhere. Like it's just insane. And also everything that was crap before, you really just need to look at. So I've been going back through the Dwarf book and just looking through everything. Like concussion, making units stupid so they can't claim objectives.
Yeah.
Suddenly really good.
Yep.
I think we just need to go back into the books and re-examine everything.
Yep.
Same as Tomb King. Obviously, I know Tomb Kings don't need a buff, but Carrion, you'd never take Carrion before. Carrion now actually have a purpose.
I thought Carrion in my little meta were kind of an auto-include. Every Tomb King player in Welland, it's always for Carrion. Always for Carrion. But, I mean, that's going to be different from area to area. Why do you like them now?
Oh, because they can destroy baggage. They can claim the center objective at the end of the game. So the special features that can be held by just unit strength stuff. So you can just go nab it at the end. You can do the secret objective where you can jump in. You need unit strength 15. So I'm not sure if they can get that, but they might be able to. I'm not sure. But you can jump into the opponent's deployment zone to get that. So it's a couple of extra points from the secret objective. And also go after Cathay cannons because they're annoying.
I mean, Carrion can probably hold them up for a bit, but none of the things you send after Cathay cannons can typically take a Cathay cannon in combat.
It's because the ogre, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the ogre. It's always the ogre.
They're a bloody nightmare. Will, I asked in the Discord, but I'll ask here. Do the new match play restrictions stop total 5 scout gyrocopters from being used, 2 in core and 3 in special? No. So the restrictions, basically, that means that's what you can take. So you can take 2 in the core and 3 in special. So you can get 5 units altogether, basically.
So we were talking about this beforehand. And it didn't pop into my mind till right now. Are you 100% sure that's how it's written?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's unfortunate. Because there's an edition I don't think you ever played. It was a fan-made edition called the Warhammer Armies Project. It had a similar restriction in that regard. If something was 1 per army and you can take it as rare or a character amount or something like that, it's still, like, they're mutually exclusive. It's 1 per army. I seem to remember a conversation, but it was a while ago, where we're reading it and going, oh, it's the restriction, but it's not like WAP. If you could have them in core, you can have 3 in core, and if you have them in special, you have them 3 in special. It was the first reading. Maybe I was just reading it wrong.
Yeah, so it's basically you can take the restricted in core, and then if they're in special again, then you take the full amount that they're in special. Same with in rare as well. But that does also mean now that obviously everyone can take like 1 million cannons. I think 6 cannons is the max that you can take in. It's just big gross.
Have you ever seen anybody? I think I asked you this question before too. Have you ever seen anybody bring that many cannons? Like, we see a lot of army books, like Cathay, right out of the hop, 0 to 3 cannons per 1,000 points. Like, I think Empire's the same thing. Have you ever seen anybody bring 6 cannons?
I think we will. I think
okay.
somebody
Is it because of Thunderquake?
Yeah, I think you definitely will. Yeah, 100%. And the thing is, because everybody's saying that it stacks, and you get the -1, and they completely stack. So 6 of them firing, you could make your entire opponent's army like -12 to move. Brilliant. I personally don't think it should stack. I don't like it. I don't like the interpretation, but if that's what's everyone going with, then we've kind of got to go with it, unfortunately.
Look, in my not at all humble opinion, yes, it definitely rules as written stacks, but it's probably not the intent.
Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it, Steve.
Exactly.
Are you arguing again, are you, mate?
Yeah, I am.
Go away. Sick him. Will,
sorry, I'm turning this monitor off. I can't see it anymore. I can't not engage. I am way too easily baited into anything. I'll get back to Discord later, guys.
I can't believe how much we've actually talked about Warhammer today. We've been doing quite well,
right?
I think.
Right?
I know.
Right? It was
like
almost even one coherent topic-ish.
Kinda. Like, it's been quite good so far. Will, so we can still take 5. Yes, you can. Let's go. Smash it. My first tourney, I took X-Force and I took 3 cannons and 3 grudge throwers. It was great. Yes. hero, absolute hero. How did the grudge throwers do, by the way? I used to love grudge throwers, and then they abandoned me, and I couldn't hit anything. My artillery dice have just abandoned me in the last couple of months, unfortunately. Voltan Ignacio, someone who likes chaos will bring them. Keep all the lists full of large targets honest. It will suck as much. Oh yeah, it's going to suck for your army, mate. To be fair. Yeah, large targets, it's just going to be rough. It's just so many shots, isn't it? Like, it's horrendous.
There's something I need to discuss with you because I feel like I'm on an island by myself, screaming at the rest of the world, and I'm the only like. Why do you like Jade Lancers?
Why do I like Jade Lancers?
I think they're terrible.
So they're really good. Just you never get them in combat. This is the thing.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. So
whatever you're about to say, I probably agree with now. Okay.
So they are now your wizards. So you give them the bound item. So you give one fireball, you give one the mask, you give them ambush. They pop out behind. They grab backfield objectives, and they work like a level 4.
That's fair. That's disgusting. Fine. That's a damn good argument. Fair. You know what? Yeah, 100%. But remember what, like 15 seconds ago, when you said just because you can do something doesn't mean you should? That's not Warhammer.
I mean, there's rank and flank, kinda. At least it's not just damage bullshit, I suppose.
Argument. It's rank and flank, kinda.
Well, it's okay. It's good.
Fair.
So,
yeah,
Nemo.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so I need to talk to you about the arrows of Isha again, apparently, mate.
Yeah, people can't read, but it's okay. I discovered about 20% of the old world audience is illiterate.
I mean, I'm just dyslexic as hell. Like every time I try and read the comments, I've got that weird, the type of dyslexia where like the words move. So I just look like an idiot when I'm trying to read stuff. So that's why I'm like.
Mark my words, everybody in chat, because we'll see in short time. Balloons definitely overpowered. They can go up 100 points. I'll still bring 3 of them in every game. The cannons I think these should be nerfed so they don't stack. The cannons are very good. Firing twice, like first turn every game, kind of OP. Everything else in the book is mediocre.
So I've had this discussion a couple of times because I did the video with Charlie about it the other day. I think that everyone just thinks that the stuff is OP because it's in a vacuum of a small army. They haven't got many options, so everyone's just going to be choosing the overpowered options first because they're the good things in the book, right?
Now with the so when I first did my first impressions in review, the match play and the FAQ stuff isn't out. So now I have to redo my Cathay review because things change. I actually think the Jade infantry is more interesting than they were at the time I did the review because I reviewed that like a while ago. So now my opinions on them are going to change a little bit, but like without knowing fully how the meta is going to shift. They still have no character to make their infantry like combat effective, or they have no good combat characters, which is the meta pre FAQ and everything, right? We need combat characters. Hopefully, we don't need them moving forward, but I still think we're going to need them. Like every army's still going to use combat characters, and they just don't have any.
I mean, well, they have the dragon. Like she's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, but she's also the easiest dragon in the game to kill. And she's going to be the hardest dragon to use. I'm not saying she's bad. She's going to be the hardest to use, easiest to kill, and then the easiest for the dragon player. The easiest, like the Cathay player, has a huge chance of screwing up their own army with her, their own gameplay with her.
It just the struggle of learning how to play with her is just going to be absolutely insane. Like
it's going to be fun too, though.
No one's going to be good with that for 6 months.
It's going to be the hardest learning curve dragon, but I feel like somebody who's way better than me at this game will master her and will just do amazing things. It'll be fun to watch. I hope I get to a point where I can make it interesting to watch, but there's something there, I think.
Yeah, well, it's the popping within 6 inches, isn't it? So, like, if somebody's got like a thin line of infantry, you walk up to it and then pop behind them. Like stuff like that could be quite fun.
Yeah.
There's loads of plays. Black Sigil Studios, damn it, Rich. I've ordered some more dwarves. Yes, hero. Canadian ham. You're right, mate. How's it going, buddy? So, is poison shooting dead? 100%. 100. But it's the two rules together. It's the large target shooting and the poison changes. Yeah. If large target shooting had stayed the same, I think poison would still be fine, because then you'd be wounding stuff on 4s rather than 6s. So it would be less damage than before, but it'd still be okay. But yeah, poison's dead now, in my opinion. Nemo, Mao Ying isn't that easy to kill. She has a built-in defenses, including a healing on wounds.
She has.
It's only D3 though.
Hold on. First of all, she has the worst built-in defenses of all the dragons, right? Like, every other dragon in the game will have better saves than her. Like, every other one. Not that it's a bad thing. She's cheaper too. But the fact that she's healing is going to turn off her dragon abilities. So if she's going to transform from one phase to another, she's taken the dragon combat out of the game for 2 full game turns, just to heal D3 wounds. So now you're just level 4, but you're paying almost dragon prices at level 4. She's gonna, like, her transforming to heal is gonna be a liability. I think people are gonna do it at the wrong time more often than not.
Yeah, I think not being able to charge turn 1 is slightly infuriating as well. So if your opponent like alpha strikes you and charges you, then she can't turn into a dragon and charge you, which is a bit rubbish.
And she can't charge the turn she turns into a dragon. So if she's a dragon and needs to heal, she goes to human form. She's not charging next turn, and then she turns back into dragon form. She's not fighting that turn. Dragon to wizard, she loses 1, 2, 3 charge phases. There's only 6 in the game.
Yeah, so you are losing a couple. Canadian Ham, I've just ordered a unit of Imperial Dwarves. Yes, fighting 3 ranks, mate. Love it. LC, looks like Val is working on the Renegade hotfix. I think the only things that need to be adjusted at this stage are some casting values. I think that all of the legacies actually come out really well from all of the changes. I can see those armies actually starting to do a bit better now. Chorfs, really well. I think if the signature spells just went down by 1, I think they would actually be like a contender for a really strong army going forward. They did lose the Black Orc War Boss on Chariot, which is a little bit of a shame. But
they never had it. They never had it.
Let people have their stuff, Steve.
I just want to follow the rules.
The rules ruin the game, Steve.
The rules dictate when it's fun.
Yeah. Should let people do what they want, damn it. Canadian Ham, thank you so much for becoming a member, mate. I really appreciate it. But I do think the rules just absolutely ruin it.
Greg, I'm excited for Swords. Sorry.
No, you go, mate. You go.
I was just saying, Greg, I'm also excited for swords. I know they're high in point cost, but changes to the infantry are making swords very interesting for me. Carry on, sir.
Yeah, no, I completely agree on the Saurus. I think that everyone's going to start looking for scoring core units that have got potentially a better save, and they've also got AP on their hand weapons. This is something that everyone's going to start looking for, and I think that Lizardmen are going to pivot into a completely different zone now and actually be quite good, but for different reasons. Like, I think that the Bastiladons are going to come in, like, because their bound is actually quite good.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They're bound 3, aren't they?
They are. So suddenly, Bastiladon's coming in, Saurus coming in. We could potentially see Lizardmen actually start getting near those top tables, if not potentially could win an event. We got this. I reckon it'd be good. Ogre Kingdoms with the new FAQ. They have a lot of really cheap scoring stuff. Like, if you just want to throw Noblars around, then yeah, I mean, they could do well. It's just a shame that none of the monstrous infantry got touched by any of the infantry changes. I do think that's potentially an oversight, I think. But the Noblars can get you all the objectives, and then you just have a big gut star sitting at the back of the board and just walking up, killing stuff. So that's okay.
So I said this like a year ago during early reviews. Monsters infantry per like millimeter frontage have the most attacks in the game. Now we didn't see a big monsters infantry meta at all. How do you think they're hurt? Because they're not buffed, they're not nerfed, but everything else is technically buffed. Is that how they're hurt?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's fair. Because they're not going to have static combat res, and static combat res has gone up. They are going to outnumber if you build into it. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm very interested to see how they're going to play out.
I don't think you get outnumber as a monstrous infantry either, do you?
Well, it goes by unit strength, right? Oh, no, because they're infantry. Monster infantry, aren't they?
No, I don't think they... can somebody let us know? I can't remember. You have a look, Steve. You have a look.
Yeah, I got it.
MR Snakes, if a dyslexic dwarf can understand the rules, so can you. Yes!
Reading's hard. I'm not gonna lie. I have a problem with it too.
LC VC came out really strong, even with the adjusted casting. 100%. I mean, I think Double Mortis is probably going to be the way to play them now, so you get the +3. So they're still going to be one of the strongest casting in the game. It just makes all of their spells a little bit harder to, but they're still smashing out all the magic they need to. Like, it's absolutely fine. I know a lot of people were kind of, the sky is falling about the legacies, but they're fine. Especially vampire counts come out on top. The Chaos Dwarves are coming out really strong. Lizard Men look entirely playable. Like, they're gone from an army that people kind of look at and go, it's almost a bit of a joke faction, to now they're going to really contend. They're going to be strong going forward, I think.
I closed the FAQ, but the FAQ for Outnumber was specifically printed on the infantry and heavy infantry, right?
So Nisgard literally just helped us out, and its massed infantry is only regular and heavy infantry.
That makes sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Fair.
Which I feel is kind of a shame, I think. Speaking of lore spells, can we agree that Fist of Cain is the best spell in the game now that it's 1 point easier to cast from Nemo? I don't even know what that spell does. Does anybody know?
Hold on, Nemo, is that the 1 strength 5 hit? Assailment? That's the 1 hit assailment, right? Ignore everything Nemo says.
Vulza making is amazing. I think the best spell in the entire game now is it like Durthu's Revenge, or like Revenge of the Durthu, or like Durthu Strikes Back or something?
Well, the problem with it is it's only going to be cast by a Treatment Ancient in combat, because a Wood Elf Wizard's in combat, it's dead, and the Treatment Ancient is going to get challenged, so it's only going to ever hit 1 model.
Well, no, because then you just put another unit in with it, they accept the challenge, and then it can do what it wants.
Yes, elf armies are in particular known for having the points left over to like have multiple units on the enemy.
Wild Riders. Just Wild Rider spam. Just jump it. Have like a little screen of like the little badges to stop them from getting shot, and then...
I can't wait. So when I did the Wood Elf reviews, I kept trying to cast that spell. I never got it off, even with +4 to casting. So now we'll see. But you're right. Mathematically, that spell can do some serious combat damage. But,
yeah,
but the
second rank as well. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's called Girthu.
Goddamn Girthu. Yes, it is Blacktail's Revenge, not Durthy's. Or Girthy. So, Hams fan, how are Skaven? I leaned on my sexy gutter runners, but all of a sudden they'll struggle. Storm Vermin, nice and now. Though with halberds and movement 5 for fighting. See, I said halberds right this time. I think, personally, that massive units of Storm Vermin actually could be quite scary. Like, they've got a really good save now, and halberds are decent. I think everyone's really doom and gloom on them and hasn't tried them yet, I don't think. I think you go a bit more elite with them.
We're going to see a lot of units that can buy shields, now buy shields, and having the option for the first time in 10 editions to fight with hand weapon and shield, and then switch to your halberd. Or charge with hand weapon and shield, and switch to their halberd. These are going to add a whole lot to the game. It's going to, like, that the Stormvermin, one unit in particular, that's going to benefit from that. I wish Jade Lancers could have a shield and a halberd. Or sorry, Jade Infantry. Jade Warriors.
I mean, Skaven are in quite a good place, really. They can get the +3 to cast from taking the little biscuits, so they can have units that are combat res 7. So you can't. So your combat res 7. You run up to an objective. You've got a dragon charging at you. You cast Earthen Ramparts onto your unit. Dragon charges you. It gets 1 attack. You win it. You overrun it. I think there's play in Skaven. I genuinely do. I don't think it's anywhere near as doom and gloom as it was.
Well, I agree with what you're saying, but like that, like if the dragon player charges that unit, that guy deserves to lose the game.
Yeah, but if that's the only one of your units that it can see,
you don't charge. You fly elsewhere.
Yeah, but then you keep running. They're really quick. Just keep running out of its arc and stuff. Yeah. It's fine.
Which is a good thing. I hope that's how I want the game to move to. I want to see more infantry blocks. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it's definitely coming. Like, we've had a load of test practice games so far with the match play guide and the 1.5, and you kind of need infantry. Like, I've been testing it with 1 unit of infantry, and when you're playing into the what's it called, strategic locations 4. So I get 30 at the end of every of my turn. They get 30 every their turn. But if there's 4 objectives, if they've got 3 infantry units, they're getting 90 points to my 30. So we're going to need mid-size infantry blocks kicking around. Like, it's a completely different game, honestly. And if you just completely ignore the missions, they're going to be able to bring a big loss into like a small loss. So it's quite nice. It's fun. Like, you don't have to play the mission at all, but if you just completely ignore the mission, then they're going to minimize that loss against you.
With your experience playing these missions, do you think ambushers might actually make it into the game?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm trying to look at trying to fit in miners at the moment. I want them to work.
Fair. Tiny ones, though. Well, at least you get the... Ooh, because you can... With the Expeditionary Force, you can place your tokens near objectives. And just,
yeah, you can.
Okay. There's something there. Okay, is there an army that in your group you guys are talking, I want to try this, I want to try this? Is there somebody going, I got nothing I want to try with my faction? I don't see anything.
No. Honestly, everyone is just like, they want to try everything. Like, we're re-looking at everything. Like, demons, Skaven, ogres. Like, Tom Carley made a Noblar list the other day. Just, like, hordes of Noblars. I don't think you can count anything out. I think we need to go back into the books. For everyone that hasn't tried 1.5 yet, it's a completely different game. Like, honestly, completely different. Everything feels very different. Like, and I think it's worth re-examining everything, to be perfectly honest.
Okay, if you're gonna pick, you're gonna guess who's the big winner. 6 months from now, this is gonna be the top army. You gotta guess. I'm saying it's dwarves, just up for the dwarf community.
Well, I mean, it always has to be dwarves, right?
I'm actually, of all my armies, I'm actually the most excited for the High Elves. I think all their very expensive elite infantry might have a very powerful place moving forward.
Oh, Creation Warhost now. Love it. Like, get Furious Charge. And also, the fact that it's changed from a field to a wood is massive. That's huge.
100% actually, yeah. Block line. So you got that one hill in your deployment zone. Now there's a wood right in front of it. And you can't see me with your cannons. I love that to death. That's very powerful.
Yeah, exactly. Voltan Ignacio saying it's going to be the Empire. Yes, Owen, I think it is, mate. To be fair, I think Empire now are going to start scaring everybody. I think like the known lists are terrifying in 1.5.
That's awesome. I would love for that to be true. I embrace our new Grecian overlords. I just think I'm actually excited for Sword Masters the first time in a year. Like, them fighting in 2 ranks is gonna. You don't want. Oh, I actually have a question for you, because I'm already starting to see this pop up for me in my area. I'm seeing a lot of infantry units march in front of another infantry unit and just stopping. Nobody wants to declare the charge anymore. You seeing any of that?
Did you play 6th edition back in the day?
Yeah.
Can you remember when that was a thing? And your lines would just kind of get near each other and then no one would want to charge?
Everybody's staring at each other from a foot away and just swearing at each other. I'm seeing that pop up already. Are you not? Stairhammer! Okay. I think there's a potential we enter the meta of Stairhammer. What do you think?
So I think there will be a little bit of that, but then I think people are going to try and work around that with units that have got ferocious charge, for instance. Everyone will start using units that have got multiple attacks or finding ways that have got an extra bonus. Like Emma Snake says, use halberds, using stuff that can get through and do as much damage as it possibly can.
Okay, two halberd units. They're equal size and number. The one that charges has a distinct disadvantage over the one that takes the charge. I think we need to remove the stipulation. Infantry should be able to fight 2 ranks even when they charge, because there's no +1 combat risk for charging. There's no actual incentive to charge on the overall outcome. Only if you stack up beforehand, like you already mathematically have it in your hand, 2 equal units of the exact same units. You wanted to stare, not charge.
Yeah, but that's when tactics comes into it, though. Like, you position your unit. No. So, like, you position your unit. So if you get charged, then they're going to come into terrain and stuff like that. And like, there's loads of tactics that come into it as well. And getting up like 2 units right next to each other.
So maybe I had like a unit of cav nearby one of my units, so my opponent doesn't want to march too far forward, but they want to get close to an objective. Now I'm going to take my unit of infantry. I'm going to march right in front of their unit of infantry, and I'm going to have the objective because I'll be closer and all that kind of stuff. I actually think, I could be very wrong, I actually think we might see a bit of a stair hammer meta. Maybe not competitively because the way you're building this maybe it's better, but like in the casuals, we might have a bit of a stair hammer meta.
Just charge. Who cares?
You know what? Honestly, you're fair. That's fair. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. Just make really, really fighty mid-level characters to go in your front ranks. Just give them as many attacks as possible.
No, for sure. The characters are gonna heavily weigh in on infantry here, unless you're Empire or Cathay. Then you have no characters.
Yeah, Promo only ABC. Always be charging. Yes. ABC's the only way to play, right? MR Snakes. This is why you watch to learn the rules. We don't know the rules.
If I see a unit of Blackguard that are not going to fight in 3 ranks with the Banner of Harganeth, I'm not going to charge them because if they charge me, they get 1 rank of attacks. If I charge them, they get 3 ranks of attacks.
Nah, they're elves. Charge them.
That's fair. My bad. My bad. I'll take the 21 weapon skill 5, strength 4, AP 2 armor bane hits. I'll do that. That'll work out well. That's definitely a swing before me too.
Be fine.
You got that dwarf tenacity, man.
They're already elves. What are they going to do?
I agree. Skaven Chieftains, they have 3 attacks. They're damn fast. Strength 5, AP 1, 2 in the charge. Yeah, I think cheap halberd characters are very interesting.
Yeah, no, I think they are as well. I am absolutely roasting. Is anybody else in the UK? Because we've got like this heat wave thing, and my house is just I'm melting in the corner. So if anybody sees sweat upon my brow, it's unseasonably warm in the UK at the moment.
I'm in Canada. We have the same weather right now, but everything here is air conditioned.
Yeah, we don't have aircon, and our houses were designed to just keep heat in, so I'm melting.
Exactly.
It's horrendous. 38 in Austria. So we're only 7 degrees less than you, and England is just not built for it. How hot is it, mate? It's horrendous, isn't it?
I'm going to assume your humidity is much higher than Austria's, though.
I don't know. It's just pretty warm, to be fair. So what is your next thing that you're looking forward to building and going through then, Steve? So obviously looking through the rules changes and stuff, is there anything that you're really excited to jump into and kind of like change in the lists that you've got already?
I'm already preparing to go through all my armies and like because I have massive collections for each army, and there's at least one big unit for everything that exists in every faction in my collection. But like, what if I now need 2 units of Swordmasters? What if I now need stuff like that is not what I'm thinking of. Even my Jade Warriors for Cathay, I built them as 30 Hail Weapon Shield, 30 Halberd, and I think there might be a potential in the casual meta anyway that we might actually see detachments do something. So I'm thinking Halberd detachments for my Shield Jade Warriors could be interesting. So I might have to buy some more of them. Right now it's all about like, now what do I need to expand upon to play this new meta? Hopefully not. Hopefully I don't need to do anything like that. But that's what I'm now thinking about.
That's fair, mate. That's fair. Everything's flux for me. I'm like, I don't even know what's good anymore. I'm just like throwing crap at a wall and just seeing what's sticking. Like literally, I'm trying everything. Like going back through just everything to work out what's good.
I think the great thing about this edition is there are clear winners, and this is the best thing in a book or whatever. But like, even the worst things in an army book have a little bit of play. Like everything, your whole collection is going to be usable one way or another.
Well, you just got to look at zombies. Just look at zombies in vampire counts. If you look at the stats for them, they're terrible. They're probably one of the best things in their entire book, really.
Or just go run a cheap little zombie on an objective and let them regen twice.
Regen for days.
You think we're going to see any detachments work?
I hope so. I'd say probably more shooting detachments, because if you are doing that like stalemate thing and you're kind of standing there, I suppose that gives you the advantage because you'll have your little detachment there shooting in as well. So they probably have to try and charge into you, or they'll be losing models every turn.
Yeah.
So that could stop the stale hammer, maybe.
So, Jedi Boss, Primal Warhorde's got interesting. I don't know. I wonder if they got a whole lot less interesting. Only because positioning is probably even more important than it was 2 weeks ago. And if you fail that impetuous test at the wrong time, it could cost you the whole game. Now, that being said, if you're just playing for fun and it's not about the win, it's about the experience, yeah, Primal Warhorde just got more powerful. Like, just having more attacks.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely got better than it was before. I think Beastmen in general took a massive like plus in this, to be honest. I think Beastmen did really good because we, off camera, so nobody knew what we were talking about, we're actually kind of moaning about Beastmen a little bit before, saying they weren't that good. Whereas now, yeah, decent.
Well, their Hearthstone and their Dark Coven, I mean, it just is really good now.
How far away, because I don't know this because I don't actually read rules, I just guess, how far away does the Herdstone have to be away from the special feature that's in the middle of the board? You know, the one that can make you unbreakable?
I don't recall. It's probably 6 inches, I'm going to guess. I can't
So
say for sure.
you could put your Herdstone there, have that next to that, and then get buff from both of them. I like it.
I'll just take the Wild Herds +1 combat, sorry, +1 casting. So like Beastmen will still have wizards that can cast spells.
Which is good. I mean, not
Yeah.
into MR2, unfortunately, but
Well, I mean, they're not going to be that different. They're only going to be -1 from typically MR2, but like, they're going to be able to spam a very cheap, relatively cheap level 1 Viletide wizards now.
I mean, they could always kind of do that before, though.
Well, okay, but what I mean is nobody else is going to be able to spam a bunch of level 1 wizards with the intent of getting spells off, because all their level 1 wizards, Viletide's an amazing magic missile. All those level 1 wizards are going to be casting at level 2, which is, for the points they're paying in the current magic meta, is probably the most efficient wizards in the game moving forward, right?
Although, can I just say, Hagtree Fetish, boo.
Yeah, that shouldn't exist. I'll give you that.
Well, no, it's rubbish now. It's only reroll
Are we-
ones.
Are we gonna? Oh wait, there was a. I didn't catch that. There was a change of Hagtree Fetish.
Yeah, it's reroll ones now. It's rubbish.
Oh, good. Good. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. That's fair. Is there? Oh, I had a question and I lost it. I had it.
It's the heat, mate. It's the heat.
It's fair. What was my question? It was all the.
Tom's saying I'm wrong. Why? What's the whoops? Is it not reroll ones? I mean, this is all. To be fair, Tom, this is all secondhand information that you've told me, and I just haven't listened properly. Then, to be fair,
He's a wargamer, everybody. He's a wargamer. That's what we do.
yeah, it is.
That's what we do.
Oh, is it no change?
No change.
Oh,
There's only one Hagtree Fetish in the game, in the table. Well, no, okay.
Ew.
Mathematically speaking, well, maybe not exactly, but like now instead of your level 4 with a Hagtree Fetish, those points are better off spent on 2 level 1s in Primal Warhorde with no Hagtree Fetish. If you have points left over, give one to the Hagtree, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's just me guessing stuff. I think probably. Yeah, you are right, Cracky Wolf.
Things that should be.
Yeah, 100%. You know what? I can imagine someone just said to me, "I wish this changed to that," and I've gone, "Oh, it's that."
I think I'm struggling to wrap my mind around. Can we literally take Giant Slayers in the front rank and kill Troll Slayers in the second rank?
Yes, 100%. That is the thing. Slayers got beef now, mate, and you get death blow. So technically, you get like loads of attacks because they'll all die.
Yeah, they're still very expensive. Is there one infantry that you still think might not make it? Like, Source Warriors are some of the most expensive infantry in the game for what they do, but now I think they're very interesting. Hammerers are very, very, very good, but also very expensive. But like, is every infantry unit now viable, or at least have a place? Can you think of one that you're still disappointed with?
No, I mean, like, even Skaven clan rats have got +1 save and can outnumber and can get quite a bit of combat res.
Yeah,
So,
they can. That's true.
like even they're good now. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I think everything needs testing. Goblin Hewer worth it. Yes. No.
Even still, a dwarf cannon is mathematically better against infantry than the goblin hewer. Unfortunately.
Yeah, unless it's goblins, it does
Oh.
actually do okay work into goblins.
I know where I wanted to get to before, so hopefully you have time for this. Where do you think you have any like wood elf buddies in the competitive scene? Because I don't know what we're doing with them.
Yeah, so Nick Boucher, he was playing Wood Elves. It did quite well with them before. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think everyone's almost jumping off Wood Elves for competitive play. Obviously, everyone's obviously still going to play them at home and still have fun with them. But I think in competitive play, I have no idea. Just trying to run into stuff and cast Durfu's Revenge, probably.
Well, that's the thing. So I think that's what I suspected. We're not seeing the competitive anymore. I think all these changes mean it's not going to be a fun game for the Wood Elf player, even in casual play. I don't know how to play them casually now.
I don't know. Hawkstar with Bodkins. They can only stop you flying for 1 turn, mate.
There's still no saves. They're going to die to fireballs. Then again, we're going to see less fireballs. Okay, I'll definitely give them a try. But that's now that I go back and think about it, what else is the one army I'm currently worried about? I'm not worried about any of the legacy armies. I'm not worried about I think everything got a massive buff across the board. Ogres didn't get a buff. It's fair to say, but I'm not worried about them. But I'm a little worried about the future of the Wood Elves right now.
Yeah, and Orion costing the same amount of points as the Cathay Dragon.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
It is a bit mad, to be fair. Right, mate, I have taken enough of your time probably for today, I think. Is there anything you want to say before we go?
No, buddy, this is fun. I love talking about Warhammer almost coherently.
Warhammer! Yes! I mean,
yes!
we almost had just mainly about Warhammer until my headset got commandeered by someone else.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. We did pretty good. We're getting there, guys.
Yeah, we're getting there. This will be a coherent conversation about Warhammer soon. It'll be good. Right, thank you so much, everybody, for watching and all of your comments. It really means a lot to be able to chat to you all. Thank you so much. And cheers for coming on, Steve. Really appreciate it, mate.
Actually, we'll see this. We're going to be back on my channel next week. Hopefully that means Cathay came out officially.
Oh, I don't think I can. I think I'm in Barcelona. I go over to Barcelona on Wednesday.
So in a couple of weeks, we'll be back, and hopefully we're talking about a Cathay FAQ. Hopefully.
Yeah, it'll be the day one FAQ.
Well, come on, we can't leave the Elkwood's Mass at +3 to cast, right? That's too good.
Yeah, so it's the day one FAQ that Steve doesn't know is coming.
No, I really don't. I'm saying, historically speaking, we've always had one, right? I'm not wrong in saying that.
The mountain sprung a leak, everyone.
That's not. I have no idea. They don't tell YouTubers about the FAQs. Trust me.
Love it.
Evidence by all the battle reports we put out early, and then the day when FAQ comes out, you're like, yeah, forget it. You know what? Happy War Gaming.
On that note, see you later, guys.